Hello, my name is Azul Martinez and I'm a prevention specialist with SCAN's Futuros Brillantes YPU Verde program. And today I will be providing you with a presentation about tobacco and vape use. With the use of tobacco and vaping products skyrocketing, it is necessary that we keep up to date with the different trends so that we can better inform our family and friends of the different dangers that these products may have. These products both have short and long-term effects. Vaping is becoming more and more popular within our youth population, and there is a lack of information on vaping risks. Research is still being conducted on these products. However, results from previous research can help us educate our community on the importance of being tobacco and vape free. I hope this presentation will give you the knowledge to help spread awareness about tobacco and vaping use.
Tobacco and vaping risks. Tobacco use is the single greatest cause of preventable death globally. As many as half of the people who use tobacco die from complications of tobacco use. The World Health Organization estimates that each year tobacco causes about 6 million deaths, with 600,000 of these occurring in non-smokers due to secondhand smoke. What is tobacco? Tobacco comes from a plant that is grown for its leaves. The leaves are then dried and fermented. The tobacco is then used in different types of tobacco products. One of the main ingredients in tobacco is nicotine. You might already know that nicotine is very addicting, making this difficult for tobacco users to stop consuming the product. When tobacco is smoked, nicotine causes physical and psychological dependency. So why do we still consume tobacco products knowing it is harmful for us? It is because it turns into an addiction we do not know how to turn off as easily as we started. There is more than one form in which tobacco is sold to the consumer. We all know tobacco is usually smoked, but it can also be chewed or sniffed. Tobacco is made in different kinds of smokes. For example, regular cigarettes, cigars, pipe or hookah, which is a water pipe, chewing tobacco, snuff that can also be sniffed, dip, and snus. Each of these tobacco products increase the risk of heart disease, stroke, cancer, lung disease, and many other health conditions, also causing a negative impact on your brain. Let's talk about other chemicals that are found in tobacco. Cigarettes have approximately 599 ingredients. Once a cigarette is burned, it creates more than 7,000 chemicals, and 69 of these chemicals are known to cause cancer. Most of these are extremely poisonous. Some of these ingredients found in cigarettes are nicotine, such as insecticides, hexamine in barbecue starter, cadmium in batteries, butane in lighter fluid, acetic acid in vinegar, methane gas, arsenic in rat poison, carbon monoxide in automobile exhaust, acetone in nail polish remover, methanol in rocket fuel, paint, ammonia in toilet cleaner, toluene industrial solvent, stearic acid in candle wax, tar in road surfaces, copper in electric wiring, benzene, petrol fumes, and in radon, radioactive gas. Some of the immediate effects from smoking are to the eyes, causing the eyes to become red, mouth, deadens taste buds, causes bad breath and mouth infections, throat, causes bad coughs, nose, decreases the ability to smell, skin, causes wrinkles on the face to appear more quickly, teeth and fingers, stains teeth and fingers a brownish yellowish color, heart, speeds up the heart rate, lungs, begins to turn lungs black from tar. These are all immediate effects caused from smoking. Nicotine is an addictive drug that takes only 10 seconds to reach the brain, causing long-term effects to the body and brain. Nicotine is an addictive, fast-acting drug found in cigarettes. It affects the heart rate, blood pressure, brain chemistry, and mood. When a person stops smoking, they experience cravings because the body is used to having a certain amount of nicotine each day. Once the body is not receiving that nicotine, they can experience withdrawals. The side effects that nicotine has on the brain are not only going to lead to addiction, but also may increase the risk to future addiction to other drugs. So exactly how does nicotine affect the brain? When nicotine enters the bloodstream and stimulates the adrenal glands, it releases a hormone which is adrenaline. This stimulates the nervous system and increases blood pressure, breathing, heart rate, as well as mood. When a person has a nicotine addiction, it increases their heart rate and blood pressure, leading to cardiovascular disease such as heart attacks and strokes. Nicotine activates dopamine signals, creating a pleasurable sensation sent to the brain. It is called the feeling good sensation, and this is what causes the addiction. The more nicotine consumed, it causes nicotine tolerance, and the body will continue to ask for more nicotine more and more each time. When the symptoms of withdrawal strike, unfortunately, many people reach for another cigarette to ease the effects. Some of the withdrawal side effects are anxiety, problem paying attention, irritability, trouble sleeping, increase in appetite, strong craving for nicotine. Adverse side effects related to the heart and lungs are likely the first ones a smoker will notice. But let's talk about the other common side effects on the brain that take longer to show but are also dangerous side effects of using nicotine and smoking. For example, cognitive decline. Becoming more forgetful. Normally happens when older, but if you smoke, you can experience faster cognitive decline than someone who is a non-smoker. Especially for men, there has been studies that men have more rapid cognitive decline than non-smokers or even female smokers. Increased risk of dementia, a condition that can affect memory, thinking abilities, language skills, judgment, and behavior, as well as personality changes. Smokers at 30% more likely to develop dementia. Loss of brain volume. The longer a person smokes, the more risk of loss of brain volume. Higher risk of stroke and higher risk of cancer due to the toxic chemicals inhaled in the brain and body. Another major organ that is damaged by tobacco use is the lungs. As you can see on the pictures demonstrated, the smoker's lung is filled with tar over time. One of the damages is lung cancer, a cancer that starts in the lungs. Bronchitis. It is an inflammation of the lining of your bronchial tubes, which carry air to and from your lungs. People who have bronchitis often cough up thickened mucus. COPD, a condition involving constriction of the airways and difficulty or discomfort in breathing. Emphysema, a lung condition that causes shortness of breath. In people with emphysema, the air sacs in the lungs are damaged. Bronchitis, a disease in which there is permanent enlargement of parts of the airways of the lungs. Reactive airway disease, a set of symptoms that indicate a person is having a bronchospasm. Pneumonia, an infection that inflames the air sacs in one or both lungs. The air sacs may fill with fluid or pus, causing cough with phlegm or pus, fever, chills, and difficulty breathing. And asthma. It is a condition in which your airways narrow and swell and produce extra mucus. This can make breathing difficult and trigger coughing, wheezing, and shortness of breath. Over the years, there has been extensive research on the different cancers that tobacco can cause. Tobacco has firmly established links to at least 12 different kinds of cancer, such as the larynx, the voice box, the esophagus, pancreas, kidney, bladder, cervix, mouth, throat, lungs, stomach, colon, uterus, and myeloid leukemia. Studies show that on average, those who smoke die 10 years earlier than non-smokers. Smoking can damage every part of the body. We talked about the different cancers that it may cause, but there's more. Chronic diseases such as blindness, gum infection, aortic rupture, hardening of the arteries, reduced fertility, and hip fracture are some of the few that may impact a smoker's life. With the many different cancer risks and chronic diseases, it is said that the life of a smoker is shortened. Life expectancy decreases about 12 to 14 minutes per cigarette. According to the CDC.org, adults in each state who were current smokers in 2017 are shown in the map below. For example, for Texas, it is 12.4 to 15.9% of adults who are current smokers as of 2017. Smoking kills more people than cocaine, heroin, alcohol, fire, automobiles, accidents, homicides, suicides, and AIDS combined. Every 8 seconds, someone in the world dies from a tobacco-related illness. More than 3 million people under the age of 18 smoke about 500 million cigarettes each year. With tobacco products becoming more and more popular with our youth population, let's talk about what the law is. As of December 2019, the United States passed a law that no tobacco products could be sold to anyone under the age of 21. This means no tobacco or alternate tobacco products. This includes the no sale of cigarettes, e-cigarettes, or tobacco products in the United States. Perhaps even though we have all the information and all the studies in reference to tobacco, risks of cancer, and chronic diseases, we might still feel like this could not happen to us or to someone who we love. But smoking would lead to this. The effects of smoking, such as neck cancer, oral cancer, mouth disease, gangrene, miscarriage risk, and lung cancer, are very real for someone who smokes. Is it too late to quit smoking? Let's talk about the benefits within minutes, hours, days, months, and years of not smoking. 20 minutes after quitting, blood pressure returns to a normal level. 8 hours after quitting, carbon monoxide in the bloodstream is cut in half. 3 days after quitting, the ability to breathe is easier. 2 months after quitting, circulation improves and lung function increases up to 30%. 1 year after quitting, the risk of heart attack is reduced by half. 5 years after quitting, the risk of stroke is reduced to that of a non-smoker. 10 years after quitting, the risk of lung cancer is reduced to that of a non-smoker. 15 years after quitting, the risk of heart attack is reduced to that of a non-smoker. As you can see, there are many benefits to quit smoking. As tobacco use becomes more popular in the United States, there's something that you can do to help. Learn the facts about tobacco. Keep up with the different trends and studies made. Don't use tobacco products. Be tobacco-free. Spread awareness. Share your knowledge with your youth, elderly, and tobacco users. With smoking tobacco, there is also secondhand smoke. What is secondhand smoke? Secondhand smoke is a smoke that is breathed from someone else's cigarette. A smoker's friends, family, children, and even pets are affected by it. All those 7,000 chemicals in the air for everyone in the room to breathe is not healthy. People who are near someone smoking are exposed to secondhand smoke, either coming from the burning end of the tobacco or exhaled by the person who is smoking. Secondhand smoke can lead to lung cancer and heart disease. Studies have found that it can also cause coughing, phlegm, reduced lung function, pneumonia, and bronchitis in both adults and children. Children exposed are also at a higher risk of ear infections, severe asthma, lung infection, and even death from sudden infant death syndrome. A question that pops up every time we talk about secondhand smoke is, do people die from smoking if they're not smokers themselves? The answer is yes. Over 65,000 children's lives are lost each year due to illnesses related to secondhand smoking. It may look like it's gone, but smoke stays in a room for over 2 hours. Opening the door or window does not clear it out completely. Smoking around children is especially bad. Children breathe faster than adults, breathing more smoke into their smaller lungs. If possible, ask people not to smoke near you or to step outside. Keep your family safe by not allowing secondhand smoke. Here are some statistics in reference to secondhand smoking. Approximately 50% of children in America are exposed to secondhand smoke. Keep in mind that lung cancer found in people who have never smoked, more likely that someone will get heart disease, have a heart attack, and die early. Breathing problems like coughing, extra phlegm, wheezing, and shortness of breath. Secondhand smoke is especially dangerous for children, babies, and women who are pregnant. These are all risks caused by secondhand smoke. Another form of tobacco is chewing tobacco. Chewing tobacco is a type of smokeless tobacco product consumed by placing a portion of the tobacco between the cheek and the gum or upper lip teeth and chewing. It is not ground and must be manually crushed with the teeth to release nicotine. Unwanted juices are then spat out. Chewing tobacco is not the same as chewing cigarettes, but has at least 28 cancer-causing chemicals. Some are the following oral cancers: cheek cancer, gums cancer, lips cancer, tongue cancer, floor and roof of the mouth cancer, and throat cancer. Other risks are gum disease, gum recession, leukoplakia, which is the whitest patches inside, abrasion, wearing down of the teeth, staining of the teeth, tooth decay, and tooth loss. It is better never to start than to try to stop the addictive tobacco habit in any form. Dangers of smoking during pregnancy. Smoking during pregnancy affects the baby's health before, during, and after the baby is born. Smoking contains nicotine and carbon monoxide, as well as other poisonous chemicals, and when inhaled, they go directly to the bloodstream and to the baby. Smoking during the pregnancy exposes the mother and the baby to many harmful chemicals, which limit the baby's supply of oxygen and the delivery of nutrients. Nicotine permanently damages a baby's brain and lungs. Smoking during the pregnancy has also been linked with many health problems, including lower amount of oxygen to the mother and the growing baby, problems with the placenta, increases the baby's heart rate, premature birth, birth defects, increases the baby's risks of developing respiratory problems, low birth weight, and pregnancy loss. Smoking during pregnancy can also affect the baby after he or she is born, increasing the risk of sudden infant death syndrome, or SIDS, colic, asthma, and childhood obesity. But how does exposure to secondhand smoke affect pregnancy? Breathing secondhand smoke during pregnancy can also affect the baby's health, increasing the risk of SIDS, low birth weight, asthma attacks, and ear infections. But how about e-cigarettes or vaping? Are those safe during pregnancy? Vaping during pregnancy isn't safe. Most electronic cigarettes contain nicotine, which permanently damages a baby's developing brain and many other organs. E-cigarettes also contain flavorings that might not be safe for the baby. quitting is the best option to reduce the baby's health risks. Please speak to a doctor in reference to quitting. Quitting before week 15 of the pregnancy provides the greatest benefits for the mother and the baby. And quitting before the third trimester can eliminate much of the potential impact on the baby's birth weight. And now we come to talk about e-cigarettes or vaping. What are vaping devices? Vaping devices, also known as e-cigarettes or electronic nicotine delivery systems, are battery-operated devices that people use to inhale an aerosol, which typically contains nicotine, flavorings, and other chemicals. They can resemble traditional tobacco cigarettes, cigars, or pipes, or even everyday items like pens or USB memory sticks. Other devices, such as those with fillable tanks, may look different. Regardless of their design and appearance, these devices generally operate in a similar manner and are made of similar components. More than 460 different e-cigarette brands are currently on the market. Some common nicknames for e-cigarettes are e-cigs, e-hookahs, hookah pens, vapes, vape pens, mods, which are more powerful vaporizers. But how do vaping devices work? Most e-cigarettes consist of 4 different components, including a cartridge or pod which holds a liquid solution, an e-liquid or e-juice containing variety amounts of nicotine, flavorings, and other chemicals, a heating element, and a power source, usually a battery, a mouthpiece that the person uses to inhale. In many e-cigarettes, puffing activates the battery-powered heating device, which vaporizes the liquid in the cartridge. The person then inhales the resulting aerosol or vapor. Various studies weigh the benefits and risks of the popular electronic smoking device, but experts note that there are few conclusive results so far. Officials from across the country are now pushing the Food and Drug Administration to strengthen rules on e-cigarettes in an effort to protect the young people. Sales have skyrocketed. They're popular within our young population partly because people believe they are safer than cigarettes. But is that really true? They caution, however, that e-cigarettes come with their own health risks. Long-term health effects are unknown. E-cigarettes come in different sizes and colors such as 1 through 11. 1. Refillable vape pod. 2. Refillable pod. 3. Refillable pod. 4. Pre-filled pod. 5. Disposable e-cig. 6. Cartridge e-cig. 7. Refillable cartomizer. 8. Refillable cartomizer. 9. Box vape mod. 10. Vox vape mod, and 11. Tube vape mod. These are the most common types of e-cigarettes. The mini e-cigarette or cigalikes imitates the appearance of a tobacco cigarette, and it is the most basic and easy to use. The mid-size e-cig mods produces stronger vapor, double mini performance. And third, the customizable e-cig mods controls both the vaping mod and the power output. These are some of the chemicals found in vaping or e-cigarettes: acrolein, acetaldehyde, formaldehyde, antifreeze, nicotine, and propylene glycol. In 2016, the FDA established a rule for e-cigarettes and their liquid solutions. Because e-cigarettes contain nicotine derived from tobacco, they are now subject to government regulation as tobacco products. In December of 2019, the federal government raised the legal minimum age of tobacco products from 18 to 21 years old. And in January 2020, the FDA issued a policy on the sale of flavored vaping cartridges. One question is, can vaping help a person quit smoking? Some people believe e-cigarettes may help lower nicotine cravings in those who are trying to quit smoking. However, e-cigarettes are not an FDA-approved quit aid, and there is no conclusive scientific evidence on the effectiveness of vaping for long-term smoking cessation. It should be noted that there are 7 FDA-approved quit aids that are proven safe and can be effective when used as directed. Vaping nicotine has not been thoroughly evaluated in scientific studies. For now, not enough data exists on the safety of e-cigarettes, how the health effects compare to traditional cigarettes, and if they are helpful for people to try to quit smoking. Vaping is becoming more popular with our youth population. Vaping devices are popular among teens and are now the most commonly used form of nicotine among the youth in the United States. Some research shows that many teens do not even realize that vaping cartridges contain nicotine and assume the pods contain only flavoring. The easily availability of these devices, alluring advertisements, various illicit flavors, and the belief that they're safer than cigarettes have helped them make appealing to this age group. In addition, they are easily to hide from teachers and parents because they do not leave behind the stench of tobacco cigarettes and are often disguised as flash drives. In addition to the unknown health effects, early evidence suggests that vaping might serve as an introductory product for preteens and teens who then go on to use other nicotine products, including cigarettes, which are known to cause disease and premature death. A study showed that students who have used e-cigarettes by the time they started 9th grade were more likely than others to start smoking cigarettes and other smokable tobacco products within the next year. It seems that we have a teen vaping epidemic. Why is vaping so popular within our youth population? With some 460 different vaping brands and offering 7,700 different flavors, these are some of the most popular flavors within the youth population: tobacco vape, gummy bear vape, coffee vape, cotton candy, strawberry, shortcake vape, and watermelon vape. As you can see, the e-cigarette companies have different flavors that are very appealing to not only adults but also to the youth population. When asked a group of teens why they tried e-cigarettes, these were some of their response. They're being influenced by family and friends to try e-cigarettes. They like the availability of the different flavors that are being offered by e-cigarettes, and they believe that vaping is less harmful than regular cigarettes. The 7 most toxic vaping flavors. Researchers are still in the early stages of figuring out the potential health hazards associated with certain vaping flavors, as well as the dangers of vaping in general. The problem with vaping liquid of any flavor is you can never be 100% sure what you're inhaling, and that's why you should never assume any of them are safe. Experts do say, however, that certain flavors may be riskier than others due to the chemicals that go into making them and how they react when heated up and inhaled. The 7 most toxic vaping flavors are cinnamon, vanilla, buttered popcorn, strawberry and banana, creamy flavors, mint, and complex flavors, making cinnamon one of the most toxic one of all. All of these toxic vaping flavors damage the white blood cells when used in vaping. Can vaping cause secondhand smoke? Yes, vaping can cause secondhand smoke to those around them due to the chemicals found in vaping that are also harmful for those near, such as nicotine. A question that always pops up when talking about vaping and regular cigarettes is vaping safer than regular cigarettes? we still do not have sufficient proof that vaping is safer than regular cigarettes in the long run. Vaping products have nicotine just like cigarettes and highly addictive. Although some vaping products claim to be nicotine-free, they do have other harmful chemicals in them that are harmful to other organs, not just the lungs. It will always be safer to not smoke nor vape. These are some statistics due to cigarette smoking. Lung cancer, 128,900 at 29%. Ischemic heart disease, 126,000 at 28%. Chronic obstructive pulmonary disease at 92,900 at 21%. Other diagnosis, 44,000 at 10%. Stroke, 15,900 at 4%. And other cancers at 35,300 at 8%. About 443,000 U.S. deaths each year due to cigarette smoking. 1.2 million non-smokers who were secondhand smoking are included in these statistics. How much money are you wasting on tobacco products? The average cost of a pack of cigarettes in Texas is between $5.78 and $8. Vaping devices can cost starting from $30. Higher end devices run between $80 to $150 per device. Vape juice or flavored liquids run about $20 each. Coils that need to be replaced are about $5. So as you can see, tobacco products are not only bad for our health, but are also bad for our wallets. It is important that we talk to our youth about the dangers of tobacco products before they try tobacco and possibly leading to addiction. The 5 most commonly asked questions about tobacco. Number 1, is tobacco highly addictive? Nicotine found in tobacco is an addictive substance. It affects your brain and central nervous system, which is responsible for the feel-good sensation. It also gives you adrenaline shots enough to raise your blood pressure, making this highly addictive. Number 2, what does nicotine do to my body? If taken in large dosage, nicotine is a poisonous substance which can cause immediate death. But when taken in small amounts, it delivers pleasurable sensations. Number 3, how strong is nicotine addiction? Every year, around 70% of smokers wanted to quit. Half of this number tried to actually quit, and from this group, only 4 to 7% were successful. Number 4, why do people start smoking? Among the common reasons are peer pressure, a smoking adult at home, and tobacco company ads and campaigns propaganda. Most smokers started to smoke when they were in their teens. Those teens with parents or friends who smoke are more likely to start smoking earlier in life than those who don't. And number 5, who are more likely to be addicted? Anyone can be addicted to nicotine. Researchers even show that smoking can easily form into a habit during the teen years. The younger the smoker starts smoking, the greater possibility that he or she becomes addicted to nicotine until later in life. Smoking is very addictive, and anyone who starts smoking, either at a younger age or later in life, can easily become addicted to nicotine. It takes only a single cigarette to start a lingering habit that can forever harm your health. The best way to avoid the habit of smoking is to not try it at all. Smoking is blamed for the many preventable deaths in the U.S. Don't let yourself fall the victim. As a reminder, the 10 things to remember why you shouldn't use tobacco products. Number 1, can cause cancer. Number 2, can cause infant death. Number 3, gum disease. 4, loss or weakening of the eyesight. 5, infertility in men and women. 6, cardiovascular disease. 7, slow healing wounds. 8, cough, allergies, and other medical conditions. 9, early aging, and 10, chronic obstructive pulmonary diseases. The good news is that millions of people successfully quit tobacco use every year. Quitting is a journey. You can consult your doctor for more information on how to quit smoking. You can also call 1-800-QUIT-NOW for more information. These are the sources used for this presentation. If you would like more information, please feel free to access our website.
Thank you for watching SCAN's Futuros Brillantes presentation on tobacco and vaping risks. If you have any questions in reference to tobacco or vaping, please feel free to reach us at 956-724-3177 or email us at info@scan-inc.org. For additional information, please visit the following websites: www.scan-inc.org or www.samhsa.gov. Thank you for watching.